welcome to the channel where it is all about racing. Here we'd start the Paddock Tour off with the two Corvettes from thst Racing. And you can hear them right now. They're just kind of running the engines, I guess checking electrical. And they just turned it off. You got to hear that. But anyhow, you can see they're both up on jacks. They've got two cars. One is a Pro Entry, the 63 car that you see right in front of me. And the 08 car, which they just dropped off the jacks, is their AM Entry car. And if you take a look, you can see that on the side panels there. Pro Am, and then this one being the Pro Entry. Now, what you're looking at here are the only, I guess you could say, garage areas that they have here at VIR. There's about 15 stalls. It's not real big. Most of the teams set up outside of this area, but I guess if you pay the big bucks, you get to set up your cars here out of the sunshine, and it is hot as hell. This is one of the Wright Motorsports Porsche 911 GT3R. You probably recognize this car from the IMSA WeatherTech series. It's basically the exact same car. All they do is they change the number panels on it and bring it here to race. And then right next to it is another Porsche 911 92 car. Now they have a couple of different series here, and driver cars as they call it. They allow them to race by themselves, you know, without pro drivers, just a single driver event, so to speak. You can get a good look at what the front of a Porsche 911 looks like. And you see that big ass radiator there, even though the engine, as we all know, in the Porsche is where it's in the back. See the engineers are, I guess, checking everything out here, and there's a good look at the car. And then we have an Aston Martin right over here. Stall. Looks like they just had this out on the track, so they're cooling it down right now. I like the Aston Martin Vantage. I think it's an absolutely gorgeous car. One car that you'll see a lot in the SRO series, particularly here in the States, are the Mercedes AMG GT3s. This would be one of those. There's a really cool look at the hand-built engine. Looks like they're checking oil. Now. And here's another one of the Mercedes. Another Mercedes. Number 50 car. That big ass engine in this thing. Naturally aspirated V8. One thing I like about the Mercedes, they have the name of the guy that built the engine. Whether you buy a race car or whether you buy one of the consumer cars, it's all the same. Well, I mean, this is a purpose-built race car, but the engines are all hand-built regardless by the folks at Mercedes. Now this is Kyle Washington's car. This is his car that he races solo. It's a Porsche 911 GT3R. And I'm going to take you here. We're going to look at his other car. This is the one he shares with the pro driver. And I don't know if this e-boost is one of Kyle's companies or just a sponsor he got for it. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him or talked to him in a couple of years. I actually have one of his team shirts that he gave me when I met him in Tennessee a couple of years ago. Now these are colorful cars. You can't miss them in the race. This is an Audi R8, and it's still covered up. They haven't even brought it out yet. Now this is a look at Jeff Burton's Mercedes AMG GT3. He used to race Lamborghinis, and he had a hard time driving that car. And since he switched back to the Mercedes, he's done a whole lot better, respectively. He shares with one of the best pro drivers on the circuit. And this is a look at one of the Turner Motorsports BMWs.
How much running you got to do with the John Deere in the next? Not much, none at all.
engineers is in the cockpit right now. And one thing I really like about the BMWs, I love the exhaust. That, as you can see, it comes right off the hood of the car. You can see the exhaust tip down there. Here's another one of the Turner Motorsports BMWs. This one backed up in the garage. And here's another one of the Mercedes AMG GT3s. Now everybody probably recognizes these cars, this color. The scheme of it is unmistakable.
Excuse me, sir.
Yo, you're fine, you're good. And this is the sister car. You see this color scheme is a little different here. Basically the same scheme, just different colors. If you wondered what happened to Bill Auberland, this is where he has ended up. He's no longer competing in IMSA, but he is competing in the SRO Fanatec GT Challenge Series. This is his car. And here's the car that just never will die, the Audi R8 LMS. Even though they no longer have factory support, they're still racing these cars all over the world in all sorts of different series. And you ever wondered what that 10-cylinder engine looks like? Well, this is it. Audis never die. Now, if you notice, this is SKI Motors Autosport, which stands to Spend the Kids Inheritance. I really got a kick out of that. Johnny O'Connell, that's a name you may remember. He used to race Corvettes back in the day. And here's a cool look at the inside of the cockpit of it. It's all lit up. You can see the steering wheel, all the columns lit up. Very, very cool. Now you might remember George Kurtz. He competes in the IMSA WeatherTech Series, also competes in the SRO Series. This is one of his cars. I believe this might be his private car, the one he drives by himself. And a good look at the radiator. And this is the car that he shares with not exactly sure who it is he's sharing this car with, but Crowdstrike 04, can't miss it. Great looking car. Now here's the opposite side of where these are the paddocks that the teams set up. Those that can't get, like I said, there's only about 15 garage spaces to be had, so I'm just going to kind of walk you down here. There's activity going on the track right now. I believe the TCX series is out there. Now we are expecting rain this weekend, so it's going to be pretty lively. This is a walk down pit road. As you can see, there are a lot of stalls that are empty. It's a really lengthy pit road that they have here at VIR. We're still, a lot of teams are still setting up here, so you're not going to see everything filled until we get towards race day, which is actually going to, well, they start racing tomorrow. Today's just practice. The big race is scheduled for Sunday. They have support races here as well. I'm going to take you off pit road here for a second. I believe this is the only Acura that we have in the series. As you know, Honda is discontinuing their factory support for these cars, so they're about to become an endangered species, I'm afraid. And they still compete here in the SRO series. The SRO actually allows older cars to race in it, unlike IMSA, where the cars have to be, I believe, within 1 year or 2 years old at worst. Now these are some of the GT4 BMWs that they're racing. Of course, the GT4s they're a lot like the GT3 race cars, pretty much purpose-built race cars. However, they don't have the enhanced aerodynamics. They're not as powerful. They're closer to, I guess, a real car than the GT3s are, so to speak. And there's one of those, and here's another one, the green. I believe this is the Random Vandals car, number 98. This is a team that's based here in Virginia. up near Culpeper. Now here's a fan favorite. This is Flying Lizard Motorsports. One of their they actually are competing in the with the Aston Martin Vantage. You can't miss that big old Flying Lizard on the door. Hard to miss. Here's a look at another Aston Martin Vantage. This one is a GT4 car. Now this is one of the support series that they have at the Fanatec SR races called the Toyota Gazoo GR Cup. These are Toyotas, the GR that they race. I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm not real excited about these particular cars. You know, they don't sound real good, they don't look real good. Kind of boring as shit, but nevertheless, like I say, these are one of the support series that they have here. I'm gonna work my way over to Scrutineering, and here's a couple look at some Toyota Supras, the GT4s. Number 998, what a number. And the other one, number 999. We're getting close to 1,000, but not quite there. Welcome to Bimmer World. And here's a look at a couple more BMW. The M4 GT4s. I personally love the huge kidney grille on these cars. I know a lot of people don't. I like them. You can see there's two of them here. Really cool, I think. And oh my God, here's two more. These are GT4s. The other ones you looked at were GT3s. Now folks, if you ever go to a race, one of the places you want to find out is where Scrutineering is. This is where they inspect the cars. Here you get an opportunity to look at the cars up close. They're usually going to be waiting here literally for hours on end as they have scheduled times to bring their cars in, to have them inspected if they make changes. As I said, they've already been practicing this morning, so you're going to see a lot of activity around here. And here we are in Scrutineering, and this is the vintage Mercedes AMG GT3. And if I scan in here, you'll see another one. This is one of the Aston Martin Vantages right now going through inspection. That's a GT3 car as well. And this garage over here is the GT4 inspection area. And as you can see, there's looks like a Nissan in there right now. And we have got a number 31 car. I think this is a Aston Martin Vantage as well. And yes, it is. And then we have a Porsche here. Now this is not a 911, this is a GT4 car. There's a cool look at the engine, power plant you have in that. Flat 6, of course. And this is a look at the start-finish line here at VIR.